All right, excellent. Welcome, everybody. It's Melanie Nelson. I'm here with a very special guest, Dakota. We're so excited to have her. You guys are going to just be like floored at what she's accomplished here with TLS. So I can't wait for you to hear her story. So thanks for joining us. We are literally days away from the last day of Shrink a Size. If you started with us on the actual start date, then you are literally 2 days away from doing your after photos. So we're going to talk a little bit about what you need to do to get all ready for that. So I'm going to go ahead without further ado, share my screen, introduce our special guest, and get to the fun stuff here. So those of you, you all know me now. Happy to be here. Always need to say this though. Our statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Our products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please consult your healthcare provider before starting any weight management product or exercise program. And individuals following the TLS weight loss solution as part of a healthy diet and exercise program can be expected to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. And the people sharing their stories may be independent distributors of Market America products. So I do want to mention that, a big part of Shrink a Size was to really focus on the photo, right, Dakota? It was like, let's not get on the scale. Let's not worry about what's happening on that scale, but let's do the photos and find that pair of jeans that doesn't fit, or that pair of pants, or that pair of shorts that you can't zip up or button up, and take that photo. And so in just a couple days, most of you will be needing to redo that photo. And it's really important that you get those same pants or shorts out, right? And it is important that if you did take measurements and your weight prior, that you do the post after photo. And you want to do it honestly at the same time of day as your before, with the same background, and most importantly, the same angle. There's kind of really important that you're not tilted down or tilted up. You want to, the same angle you had taking your before, because that gives you the most accurate depiction of what actually happened in these 5 weeks. And I know it's going to be pretty exciting for many of you. Let's show Dakota's results here, because I think she legitimately shrunk 2 sizes in our 5-week Shrink a Size challenge. Now, Dakota is from Maryland. She's a mother of 4, and she actually started with TLS back in the end of January. And so she's about 7 months into her TLS journey and decided to join us for her first TLS challenge with Shrink a Size. And look what she did. She actually shrunk a size or 2. I feel like you did amazing, Dakota. How do you feel?
I feel great. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so excited you're here. So tell us a little bit about why you started with TLS in January.
Well, I am a mother to 4 girls, and I've been overweight since the 2nd grade. And growing up, I was always sick, and I never understood why. And the doctors would just say, lose weight and you'll feel better. But they never tried to help me figure out why I gained weight, nor did they tell me how to lose the weight. So it wasn't until later in life that I realized I have some hormonal and metabolic imbalances, and learning about these health issues motivated me to start the TLS program, and wanting to be around for my children. And by following the program, I was able to start better, having a better quality of life just for me and my children.
For sure, for sure. And you're down over 70 pounds already
Yeah.
with TLS. But during this 5 weeks, you had mentioned to me how much you lost, and so why don't you share that with everyone?
So the past 5 weeks, I've lost 19 pounds and 5 inches off my waist. Yes.
So exciting. So exciting. And I think the most important thing here, Dakota, as you mentioned, is that you're just feeling better, that you have a better quality of life. Now, when you say you have a better quality of life, I'm curious what that means to you.
It's just feeling better and waking up and feeling good, and just being able to have the energy to do the things with my children, that they want to do with me.
Yeah. Well, 4
Feeling
kids, I mean, it keeps you busy.
yes,
And I think that's kind of the thing, right? You can do more with them.
yes.
Oh, that's awesome. And So speaking of shrink a size, I know that you had engaged in TLS in end of January. So by the time we did shrink a size, you're probably a good 5.5 months in. Were you, I mean, obviously you joined and committed to the shrink a size challenge. Were you skeptical that you would be able to achieve the
I
goal?
actually was really excited to start it because I felt like I started to get comfortable and I started to plateau. And I felt like this just kind of got me back on track and to give me that, get things rolling again.
For sure. That's why we like to do these challenges, y'all. And that we plan on doing one in September. So we're going to do another shrink a size, kind of coming back by popular demand here. So definitely everyone's listening, plan on joining us for that, even if it's just, a way to stay accountable to, the TLS lifestyle. All right. So as far as the 5 weeks, being that it was your first TLS challenge you'd participated in, what was most impactful for you during this challenge?
All the communication and all the posts. And I tend to be a lazy cook and I don't get creative. And so then I kind of eat the same things over and over and I get bored. So seeing what other people eat and create, made eating more fun. And for me to kind of stay on track too with that.
Yeah, I love that about the group as well, is everybody posting all their fun creations and meals, and it definitely helps to inspire not
Yeah,
getting bored in the kitchen. I think
right.
everybody can relate to what you just said, Dakota. What did you learn in the challenge that maybe you didn't know before that had allowed you to improve your TLS lifestyle?
Um, I would say it's not that I didn't know, but it's just more of I don't have to be perfect to make progress with the before and after picture. Just seeing the progress and like during the couple of weeks, I would get discouraged if the scale wasn't moving the way I wanted it to, or even like going to the gym, I would get discouraged because I couldn't do everything that everyone else would do. And just seeing that the little bit of progress and little things that I was able to accomplish really made a big difference for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did make a big difference for you. Huge.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that slide there so everybody who maybe just joined us a little late can see it. This is from this 5-week shrink a size, not the pilot program, but this one, you guys. We're so excited for you, Dakota. It's amazing, amazing. So I'm just really glad that you participated. I know that for those of you who are going to be joining us in Greensboro, you're definitely going to get to see Dakota because she'll be there with us. So we're excited for that. And I'm going to go ahead and continue, Dakota, with tonight's data. You're welcome to stay on with me, or you're welcome to you can stay on and participate as we go through this, or you're welcome to turn into an attendee, whichever you prefer, my friend.
Yeah.
You bet. All right. So we want to just spend a little bit of time talking about, the last few weeks and really looking at this journey, Dakota, are you going to stay with us, Dakota?
Oh, yes, I'll stay.
Okay, awesome. Good stuff. All right. So the last 5 weeks, right? I mean, we made a commitment at the beginning of this to follow a TLS menu plan, to utilize at least 3 TLS branded products like Core or Thermochrome or whichever the ones that were best for you, to exercise at least 4 times a week for 30 minutes, and to just engage in the daily posts of the private group or the weekly check-ins here on Monday. And it's just kind of interesting, like, how did you do? If you look back on the 5 weeks, how did you do? And so I want everybody to think about, what are the 3 things that you gained from this challenge? Was it confidence? Was it education? Was it creativity in the kitchen? What was it for you? And for those of you who are participating here tonight, go ahead and write those in the chat for you. Maybe it was, just staying on track because of the accountability and loving that part of our challenges. So go ahead and write those into the chat. And for those of you who are listening to the recording, go ahead and post them into our private Shrink a Size group so that we can all hear from you. What are the 3 things you gained from this challenge? 5 short weeks, but action packed. Dakota, what are the 3 things you gained from this challenge?
I would definitely say a better workout routine, and I got back on track with eating better too. As far as my third one, just more confidence,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think kind of what you said, it's like there might have been times during this that you felt discouraged, but then seeing the final product, it's like, oh yeah, all these little things add up. Right? It does work, right? It's just reminding ourselves. I think that's so important to understand that it does come down to these little daily choices we make, and none of us are going to go through this perfectly. So I hope nobody expected to do it perfectly, and didn't get discouraged enough to quit if you didn't, kind of thing. I think that's a really important lesson, and something that kind of you touched on a little earlier, Dakota. And then what are 3 things you lost during this challenge? So there might have been a bad habit, like eating late at night and snacking on chips and ice cream or something. Or maybe you lost, in Dakota's case, 19 pounds and a bunch of inches, right? So, or a size on in the jeans, right? So that is some things you lost as well. It could be, like I said, is something that maybe like a self-deprecating kind of thought or habit. I know when Serafina did this, she was one of our guests on, she said that normally when she engages in challenge, she quits within the 2nd week. She's never actually seen one through. So she lost that, right? That self-sabotage habit, and has been maintaining the TLS lifestyle ever since. Like, what an incredible thing to lose, right? The quitting, the big Q. And so go ahead and write into the chat, what are the 3 things you lost during this challenge? Let's see here. See if anybody, so Elaine gained staying on track. Consistent coaching and mentorship made a huge difference. And Anne, what did Anne gain? Anne gained creating fun meals, motivation, and because it was a quick challenge. So, and she's working on her 3rd. She's saying, what's my 3rd? So you guys think about that, because it is important to know what this does for us. And that's why it's so important to take those after pictures, right? Because you might be skeptical about how much progress you made, but you definitely got to take those after photos. One of the things I want to remind people of is those non-scale victories. Do you feel better? Do you have improved energy like Dakota? Maybe you're sleeping better. I know I'm sleeping better. Be sleeping much better. That's one of mine. Clothing is feeling loose, baggy, or too big. You fit into those jeans. Better blood panels at your checkup. That's another common non-scale victory we have in TLS. Improved skin, hair, nail health. I definitely have that. My hair is growing so fast. So always so fun. Improving body composition, definitely. And which is, often expressed in losing those inches, which is why measurements are so important. Maybe you're getting stronger, you have better mobility. So you had said, Dakota, that you have better workouts because of this challenge. So do you feel like you're getting stronger?
Oh yeah, definitely. And one of the things that it's so simple, but I noticed was carrying the laundry up and down the stairs was a yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's like hard work, man. I know, I get it. I mean, carrying baskets full of laundry up and downstairs is definitely, a workout for anyone, but it's so cool when you find that things you're doing, aren't taking as much effort.
Yeah.
Which is exciting, for sure. Kind of like we are just saying here, ability to do more. So I always say, people, sometimes wonder why I do what I do. And I, why do you go to the gym that often? Or, and I don't go to the gym that often. I feel like I'm there a few days a week. I work out at home a few days a week. It's not for a long, long period of time, 30 minutes to an hour at most. But I just know that one day I'm not going to be able to do the things I can do today, just because that's just going to happen. One day I'm not going to be able to run. And so dang it, I'm going to run today. Right? Because I can. And if I stop doing those things just because they're uncomfortable, then the faster I'm going to get to that point where I can't do them. And that to me is very, very important part of enjoying my years later in life. So now let's talk about some mindset stuff of kind of maybe some things you experienced during this 5-week challenge. Here is the process of creation, or the process of manifestation that we have in our lives on a moment to moment, daily, yearly basis. Is our thoughts, right, lead to some feelings, lead to some actions, or in some case inactions. And that equals our results. And this is true of everything, right? This is true of Zoom, right? Zoom was once a thought in someone's head, and they got excited enough about it to create the programming for it. And here we all are years later using Zoom as if it's just like the most normal thing in the world, right? What did we do before this? Oh my goodness, right? So all of you on the line all started out as a thought in your parents' head, right? And then that led to some serious feelings and some serious action. And then guess what? You popped out. So everything is this is the process of creation in our physical world. Now, I want you to take a moment and just kind of calm yourself, find that comfortable spot in your seat or wherever you are. And I want you to just take a couple nice deep breaths. And just kind of clear your mind, because I'm going to say a couple statements. And then I want you to just write down the first words, the first idea, the first statement, the first sort of image, whatever it is that comes into your mind when I say this word or this term or this idea. Don't think about it. Don't think about it at all. You don't need to. It's just it's automatically going to happen. It's kind of like if I said giraffe, you're going to think of a giraffe, right? You're going to think of Africa. You're going to think of, their big long tongue, wrapping around branches. It's a natural thing. So everybody grab a pen and paper and take a nice deep breath in. Because this is going to be very, very important for moving forward in understanding our mindset and our thoughts around, what we're moving into here. So first idea, first statement, first word that comes to mind when I say eating healthy. Go ahead and write down whatever pops up. Might be an image or a word or a statement or a few sentences. Go ahead and write those down. They might surprise you. There's no wrong answer, by the way. So don't filter. Okay, this is not a quiz. So, and it doesn't, so if it ends up being somewhat negative, that's not a bad thing. It's actually a really important thing to become aware of. So please don't filter if you were like, oh my goodness, I thought that, I don't want to write that down. It's okay if what you thought of came out negative. Okay, so don't filter, don't judge, just write down the first idea, statement, or word that comes to mind when I say working out and exercise. All right, nice deep breath in, clear your mind, and meal prep. Maybe it's a sound like, oh. You can write down if you want. Whatever comes to mind, you guys, just write it down. No judgment, no filters. First idea, first statement, first words that come to mind when I say weight loss. And last but not least, healthy lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. All right. So Dakota, since you stayed, you get to be a part of this process. So what came to mind when we said eating healthy?
Easy.
Awesome. I love that. Now, can you say, if looking back before you started TLS, would you have said that that was the case?
No.
Yeah.
Not
So what, 10 months ago, Dakota would have said what?
I would have said it would be difficult, that mainly because of I'm such an emotional eater.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. So like things like difficult, hard,
yeah.
Too much work.
Yeah.
Things like that. Boring, those
Yep.
might have been words that came out 10 months ago, Dakota, or even 9 months ago, Dakota, because you've been at this now for 7 months. So pretty incredible. How about with working out and exercise? What came to mind?
I wrote the word progress.
I love that. What a great word to come up with. And those of you online, feel free to Angela, fruits, bike, hate it. What do you hate? Meal prep. She hates meal prep. Oh, that's hilarious. Happy with weight loss and quality. I love that. So Angela's got her words in there. Some of you are ahead of the game already. Love it. So working out and exercise. Now, again, talking about prior, Dakota, what do you think are those words that would come to mind? Yeah, exactly. The noise, right? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. How about meal prep?
Boring.
So you put that down this time too?
For boring. I hate meal prepping.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
I don't want that anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you there. I definitely am. I still haven't kind of transitioned to a more positive thought basis on meal prep 20 plus years later.
Yeah.
But here's the good news is that, when you're establishing these really healthy habits through meal prep, is that there comes a point where you don't need it as much because it's a healthy lifestyle. It's your habit. This is what you do. You don't do anything else. And there's sometimes where, you might go back on a slippery slope or whatever, but when it really sticks, then, I meal prep. Now I'm meal prepping in the morning. So I'll wake up, I'll pull out my proteins out of the freezer, or the ones that, I know that I had prepared the day before, they're in the fridge. So like they're the day before. I made more chicken at dinner. I made, last night I made more chicken and more veggies, so that I'd be ready to go for lunch today, So it's always for me the day before or the morning of, versus, needing to do it 3 days or a week or that kind of thing. So, but, I just want to ensure that everybody sticks with meal prep until you have that habit of eating this way, no matter what. It's just ingrained, like brushing your teeth in the morning. Right. Weight loss, what came to mind?
This is the last time. So I'm not going to have to keep starting back over.
Oh, I love it. Very good. Very good. Health and I know that you had said in the beginning that you have been overweight since you were a kid. So chances are you've have a lot of feelings and emotions and kind of a lot surrounding that word prior to TLS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like what would have come to mind a year ago?
that it was hard, that it was impossible, that I would just live like this forever.
Yeah. Pretty amazing. And now you're like, last time, baby. So such an incredible transformation, really. And then last but not least, healthy lifestyle.
I wrote happiness.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Meal prep. Mark is saying meal prep is good for empty nesters. So you're talking about your parents here, Mark? Mark was helping his parents get all situated for exercise today. I saw on his Facebook.
That's the issue. If I make anything, my kids go right at it.
That's good, right? Mark. Okay, let's see here. So interesting. Let's see here. Anybody else wanting to share a little with their words? Was anybody surprised by the words that came to mind? Were you happy? Did you feel like you made progress in your mindset around living a healthy lifestyle and what it takes? I know that's a huge, huge thing for a lot of people, just like we're learning here with Dakota, is just that shift. I guess I had the last one I forgot about. Hitting your goal. First thing that comes to mind when I say hitting your goal. Ow, ow.
Right.
What did you say, Dakota?
Excitement.
Yes, definitely.
And feeling accomplished.
Accomplished and pride and all that. All that fun stuff, right, Rodney? Accomplishment. Exactly. All right, because a strong mind equals a strong body, and guess what? Vice versa. Strong body equals strong mind. And so when we're working on our mindset, we're going to have, it's going to trickle in. It just by osmosis, we are going to have a stronger body. And when we have a stronger body by osmosis, we're going to have a stronger mind. So taking a look at those words, for those of you, especially those of you listening to the recording, you may find that those words show a supporting story around your, around TLS and around our lifestyle, or they might show a more limiting story, right? They might have a more negative connotation, one that doesn't support our progress forward with this healthy lifestyle. And so it'll be really obvious which ones are supporting and which ones are limiting. But it's really good awareness. And, because if there was any limiting stories that came up, what is a new story that will help you reach your goals? Now, when I was first going through my weight loss journey and I had tried everything, right? I meal prepped, always 3 to 4 days in advance. And I tracked and I prepped and I tracked and I prepped and I tracked and I prepped. Even though it wasn't my favorite thing to do, to create and build the habit, right? Because I knew that everything comes down to our daily habits, right? And so I wanted to create a supporting story in regards to that. And so one of those things is like sometimes repetitive action creates the supporting story. And sometimes it's more of an affirmation. It's more of planning. It's more of, the mindset thing where you're really working on the mindset. So I do this a lot with exercise, for example, and I still to this day find myself talking myself out of exercise. So, like my alarm goes off and I'm kind of like, oh, I'm tired. And my mind literally says all of the reasons why I shouldn't need to go to the gym. I can do it later. I'm tired. I worked out hard yesterday. Literally I have all of the stories go through my head to this day. And then I got a little typo here. Then I literally on a conscious effort, like consciously just with a lot of effort, I literally talk myself into, because unconsciously without effort, I'm trying to talk myself out of it. But with effort, I'm talking myself into it. I'm saying, oh my goodness, Melanie, you're going to feel better once you do it. Just get your butt out of bed and put on your workout clothes, right? That's all you got to do. Just put on your workout clothes, right? That's it. Just do that and it'll be a success, right? And then I put on my workout clothes. It's like, just grab your keys in your gym bag and get in the car and get to the gym, because even if you did nothing at the gym, it'd be a success that you went. Right? And it's just like, I'm gonna feel better. You always feel better, Melanie. And this is like, it's daily, every day. It boosts your metabolism. You got this, girl, right? I'm literally pep talking myself constantly. I'm like, okay, if I just do 5 minutes, like this morning, it was the elliptical, which I'm kind of like really addicted to now. I really like it. But I was feeling a little bit worn out. It's been pretty intense few months working into this event coming up for us. And I was feeling a little worn out. And I was kind of like, oh, just do 5 minutes. I know you're supposed to do 35, but just do 5. Just do 5, it'll be fine, right? So affirmations for me are a really big part of building that strong mind to create that strong body. And because I had planned in my calendar that today was cardio, it was either going to be a run or it was going to be elliptical. And it was the elliptical. Like, I knew I was doing 35 minutes of cardio. So I had the plan. The plan was there. It wasn't like willy-nilly. If it was willy-nilly, I probably wouldn't end up at the gym. And then executing it builds that habit. It builds that strong mind and that strong body when you execute on that, no matter how difficult. Even if I had only done 5 minutes, it was still execution, right? Which is super awesome. Would you say that you've had some similar experiences, Dakota, during the challenge of this kind of thing?
Oh yeah, I feel all of that. And then, and I'll do the same thing. I'll tell myself, all right, I'm just going to go for 5 minutes. Or, I have, people have been help motivating me, because they'll see me at the gym and they'll give me words of encouragement. I'm like, oh, I got to go, because, I can't just miss a day. But no, I've definitely built a better routine. And even if, I'll try to switch it up, and because I really hate cardio, but I'll do, I try to always get 35 minutes in, whether I'll do like half and then I'll move to the weights and then I'll go back into the other half, or I'll talk to someone on the phone while I do cardio. And that's kind of helps make the time pass by quicker too.
Yeah, that would definitely help. I always, I'm like, I'm a big fan. So one of the ways that I get through cardio is making myself playlists. So I have like specific playlists so that the song picks up when I want to do so it kind of, because I love HIIT cardio. So you go high intensity and then a little break, and then high intensity and a little break, and high intensity and a little break. I love HIIT. And so I make playlists with songs like that, so that I can, I find music incredibly motivating. And then I get excited about a new playlist. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to try out this playlist. Like, I literally trick myself into exercise, you guys. Accountability is also really, really crucial to a healthy lifestyle, right? Knowing that you've got people who are cheering you on at the gym, Dakota, helps you get there. If you have a workout buddy, if you have a personal trainer, if you're part of these challenges that we do, right, is like this accountability, like, oh, I made this commitment. Oh, I got to do four, I got to get 4 in, right? 4 times. This kind of accountability is really, really crucial. So what's next, right? For those of you who are brand new to TLS, this might be the start of your new TLS lifestyle. Please don't let it be a one and done. That's not what TLS is. We are not a 5-week program and then you go back to business as usual. That is not TLS lifestyle. This might have been a really strict 5 weeks, but you can transition into one of our more lenient plans, right, Dakota? We got sure and steady. We got to continue commitment. We got rapid results. You don't have to stay on the jump start. You don't have to stay on fat shredder. We don't detox lifelong, right? Like the idea is that you move to another plan. So if you haven't already, take the weight loss profile again, so that you can find out what that is. Now, it's still best, even though this is a lifestyle, to chunk it into small goals. That way we keep progressing, we keep maintaining our progress, and we don't go backwards. So what's your next challenge? What's your next goal, right? Are you going to join a charity challenge, maybe like a 5K, or, one of those mud runs, or, just something coming up that you can give yourself a goal of. And sometimes I just do weekly goals even just to kind of get excited about certain things. So like, what is this going to do for me? Like if I cut out, so this week's been, and I'll just tell you guys, this week's been cutting out all excess sodium from my diet, because like I used to be a horse in a past life. I'm sure of it, because you could give me a salt lick and put me out to pasture and I'd be a happy camper. All right. So I love my salt. Now I only use sea salt and Himalayan pink salt, but I still use a lot of extra salt, probably more than I need to. So I thought, I'm just going to see what happens if I like eliminate everything extra, nothing added, not in my veggies, nothing. And I'm actually amazed at how I feel. And so I'm committing to a week. I'm going to see that through. I'm not going to worry about it while I'm in Greensboro, but I definitely will come back to it. So it's been fun to see the results of that. And it was easier to give up than I thought. So that's one of the fun things about constantly giving yourself little things. They don't have to be long, doesn't have to be really hard, but just constantly giving yourself a little goal to move towards. What am I going to do this week? What's the next 2 weeks? What's the next 5 weeks? And as I mentioned before, we're going to be doing a Shrink-A-Size. Again, September 16th is our start date. That means that you want to make sure you're all situated with your products and you have everything in stock for that 5 weeks. So definitely don't do any ordering past September 9th to make sure that you get everything. Now, many of you would have needed to reorder probably in this week. So it might work out just perfectly for you guys to be ready for September and joining us here. So that is the exciting news here. And I think we're just going to keep the same Facebook group. We're not even going to create a new one. We're just going to keep going, you guys. So stay on the page. Don't stay on the page. Totally up to you, you guys. But little baby steps will get us where we want to go. And I'm so glad that you all participated in this 5-week Shrink-A-Size challenge. I'm really, really proud of you. I feel like we had such a committed, excited group of people, that just kept posting all the way till the end. I loved it. And so I'm excited to keep going. Dakota, I'm excited to see you very soon in a few days. It's going to be exciting. And for many of you on the line as well, seeing you in Greensboro. So a big, huge congratulations to everyone for seeing this through. And I want to say again, no matter how well you felt you did or didn't do on this, I guarantee you that you made progress, that you have healthier habits now than you did when you started, that you let go of some unhealthy habits. I guarantee you that if you didn't fit into the pants, that you still lost some weight, you still lost some inches, and that you're feeling better. Please take the wins. Please take the successes, focus on those, build off those, and forget the rest. Okay. Because progress is all that matters. And it's not, when we're changing our lifestyle, it's not a pass or fail. You cannot fail at a healthy lifestyle. You can fail at a diet. Right? You're doing something like ridiculous, like restricting tons of food groups and this, that, and the other thing, just to lose a few pounds. That's easy to fail at. But this is not one of those things. So you're just making that progress. And that's what we're looking for, you guys. So way to go, Dakota. So proud of your incredible progress in this 5-week Shrink-A-Size. Thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. I so appreciate you being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, everyone. Have a great one. And remember to post the 3 things you gained and the 3 things you lost in the challenge on the page. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much.